Hi, everybody. So once again, Trouble in Paradise, the Facebook live stream from Zoom was working fine yesterday because I used it, and now today it's not. So unfortunately, and the Facebook live stream inside of Facebook itself is working a bit differently. And the problem is, what I want to do is go back and forth sharing my screen to show you guys a couple of things. So I'm just going to do this now and talk like you're here live, but I know you're not. But if I run into anything that you have questions on, please drop them under this post and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, the topic for this week is all about when you have your funnel, your landing page built in. I'm going to show Clickfunnels today, but you could have your funnel built in FG Funnels or lead pages, and there's a couple of other funnel builders. The concept that I'm going to show you is the same, and some different programs have better integrations than others. For instance, even in Clickfunnels, ActiveCampaign has a built-in, well, it's not really built in, but you can connect to it. Once you connect your ActiveCampaign account to Clickfunnels, then in the funnel step, you can put the integration for the fields that are on this step. You can use that ActiveCampaign integration and it will pull the information from the Clickfunnels form into ActiveCampaign. Now, you used to be able to do that the same way with Infusionsoft, and a few years ago that stopped being reliable. So what we do now for Keap and Infusionsoft is we use the unstyled HTML code, which sounds very techy and sounds like it's a bit more than you want to do, but it's really not difficult. So what I want to do today is just show you how and then explain why integrating the forms that you have on Clickfunnels, where you are running all of your landing pages and funnels and sales pages and order forms, and how do you get all that information that's in Clickfunnels over to your CRM. In this case, I'm going to be showing you Infusionsoft, but the concepts are the same. So really, let me share my screen and show you what I am talking about. Okay, now keep in mind, I had all kinds of issues here. So now you guys you all know that I just ran the 3-day challenge last week. This is my landing page that is built in Clickfunnels. And what you will notice, let me just pull that up in a preview mode so you can see it. So this is the landing page. Now, sometimes people ask, well, how do you get people to the landing page? And what you do is you take the URL for this landing page and you either put it in an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post or in an email or attach it to a button on your website. Any place that's clickable, you can put the link for your landing page, and that's how they get to the landing page. Well, now that they're here, and here's this register now button. So when they register now, they're going to put their name and their email address into this form, which is in Clickfunnels. But I really want it over here in Infusionsoft because this is where all of the email sequences are. So what happens to make that work is this is the actual page itself. And notice this is a pop-up. When I clicked on this button, it opened up the pop-up, which is where this little 3 fields is referred to as a form, because technically it is a form. And what you do is in Clickfunnels, I'm going to go into the actual page itself. In Clickfunnels, this is where this is built. And if you notice the register now button, you can see, if you can see it, it's really small. It says open the pop-up. Here's the pop-up that you just saw, the first name, last name, email address. And then when you click on the button here, it says it's going to submit the page. Okay, so when it submits the page, that's when the name and the email address are actually received and can be now handed over to wherever your integration is. So under settings on this page in the Clickfunnels, here's the first section is integrations. Now, what happens over here is, let me just remove this integration. This is how it usually starts, is there's nothing integrated. Now, I actually had a trial version of ActiveCampaign, and I don't have it anymore, so I can't choose that one. But if you were using ActiveCampaign, you can choose that. And then the dialogue that you'll get right here in ClickFunnels will ask you, what list do you want to put them on? What tag do you want to attach to them? And I think it asks one other question, but it's looking at your ActiveCampaign account while it's asking. So it knows what your campaigns are and it knows what your lists are. So it's kind of integrated right now when you click on it. Now, remember, I told you that the Infusionsoft built-in integration is very, very unreliable, so we don't use it. So instead, we choose this HTML form, and it says null, which means I'm not selecting another company like ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft. I'm going to do a non-company related generic HTML. So when I choose HTML, and then from the drop down, I select integrate existing form, which is a form that I have over here in Infusionsoft. See right here, it wants my HTML code here. I know code sounds so complicated, but let me show you how easy it is. Here I am in Infusionsoft, and here's the challenge sign up form. Now remember, that sign up form is actually running over here in ClickFunnels, but by integrating it, everything that goes in over there is going to show up on this form inside of Keap. And in there, it's the same 3 fields. Remember, over here, I have first name, last name, email. Here, I have first name, last name, email. So it's a mirror of the same form in ClickFunnels. Now, the magic happens right here on this tab where it says code. Right here, this HTML code, the third one over, it says unstyled. You select that, and then this icon right here is to copy it, and that copies it to the clipboard. And then you come over here and it says, put your HTML code right here. So you paste that in there. Now, of course, because nothing can ever be easy, for some reason, the code that comes over from Infusionsoft includes all this extra script stuff at the end. And you really want it to end where the form ends, because that's really all we're doing here is the form. So we're going to just delete all of the code that comes after the /form, which is the end of the form. And then we're going to come down here and it sees, I have first name, I have last name, and I have email. So you just want to click here and say, over in Infusionsoft or Keap, I want the input first name field to go to the Keap first name. I want this input last name to go over to the Keap last name. And I want the email address to go over to the Keap email address. And now here's something that's important at the very, very bottom. What defaults in there is the next page in your funnel. And that normally would be where you want them to go. So if that's the case, you don't need to change this. But if for some reason, when somebody clicked on this register now button and they got the pop-up and then they gave you their name and their email and then they clicked register me, you wanted them to go somewhere other than the next page, which in this case is the thank you page, you could put the URL of that other page in here. But that's a rare occurrence. So I'm just mentioning it so that you're aware that this field is here, but normally it will be already exactly the way it's supposed to be because it's going to point to the next page. Okay, so we just put this code in here, which is telling ClickFunnels, when you submit this form right here in ClickFunnels, it's going to use that code and send the results over here to this form. And that form adds them to your Keap or your Infusionsoft if they haven't already been in your database. It will add them. If they are already there, it will just do whatever is in this follow-up sequence, which in this case is apply a tag, which says that they signed up for the whatever. In this event, it was a challenge. Yours might be a webinar, or it might be some other event. So you can just, make the tag appropriate to what you are doing. Okay, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell for how to do it in ClickFunnels and in Infusionsoft or Keap. And now remember, HTML code is generic. You use HTML code in all apps. So I just mentioned ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, and Keap, but this HTML code will work from anything. And for instance, sometimes you can embed different types of forms from all different programs. For instance, if you're using Calendly or Schedule Once or Acuity, you can use HTML code to embed those booking pages right into your ClickFunnels funnels. So there is a lot of integration that happens, and many, many times it is using the HTML code. And I just wanted to show you this little bit of HTML code. First of all, where do you find it? Where do you put it? How do you make sure that it's lining up the fields from one system to the other? And then explain how it works and why you do it. So that was pretty much everything that I wanted to show you today. And of course, if this was actually live, you could be asking questions. But because of whatever's going on with the Zoom live stream today, this is not live. And I apologize, but I promise I will have that figured out by next week. So please, if you have questions, drop them in the group under this post, and I'll be sure to answer them. And also, if there's something that you would like to have discussed, answered, or shown to you, if you're having a problem with something, let me know, and I can show it next week during the live, or if it's just a question, ask it now, and I certainly will answer it before next week. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your week, and hopefully I'll see you really live next week. Bye-bye.